Picture this. You're rushing out the door, late for work, frantically searching every surface in your home. Your keys have vanished into thin air. You check the kitchen counter, your jacket pockets, that weird bowl by the entrance where things mysteriously accumulate. Nothing. Pure panic sets in. But then, as you're tearing apart your couch cushions, a song comes on the radio, one you haven't heard in years. And somehow, impossibly, you find yourself singing along to every single word, every verse, every chorus, even that weird bridge part that never made much sense. How is this possible? How can your brain betray you so spectacularly with something as simple as key placement, yet flawlessly store thousands of song lyrics from decades past? Welcome to one of the most fascinating paradoxes of human memory. This isn't just your personal failing. It's a universal human experience that reveals something profound about how our minds work. Your brain isn't broken, it's actually working exactly as evolution designed it to. But to understand why, we need to take a journey into the intricate world of memory formation. Think of your brain as a vast library, but not the quiet, organized kind you might imagine. This library is more like a bustling metropolis during rush hour, with millions of librarians frantically filing, retrieving, and sometimes misplacing information every second. Some books get prime real estate in climate-controlled vaults, while others get stuffed into dusty storage rooms where they're quickly forgotten. The question is, what determines which memories get the VIP treatment and which get relegated to the bargain bin of your consciousness? To solve this mystery, we first need to understand that your brain doesn't have just one memory system. It has several, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Think of them as different departments in our metaphorical library, each specializing in different types of information. Your working memory is like the library's front desk. It can only hold a few items at once, maybe 7 pieces of information, and only for about 18 seconds without rehearsal. This is where you briefly store your keys' location when you set them down, but it's constantly being overwritten by new information. Then there's your long-term memory, which has virtually unlimited storage capacity. But here's where it gets interesting. Long-term memory isn't just one massive warehouse. It's divided into specialized departments. Episodic memory stores personal experiences, like where you put your keys this morning. Semantic memory stores facts and general knowledge, like knowing that keys unlock doors. And procedural memory stores skills and habits, like knowing how to drive once you finally find those keys. So why do mundane memories like key locations vanish so easily? The answer lies in a brain region called the hippocampus, specifically a subregion called the dentate gyrus. Research from the Salk Institute has revealed how this area performs something called pattern separation. Imagine you're a detective trying to solve dozens of similar cases. Each time you place your keys somewhere, your dentate gyrus creates a unique neural fingerprint for that specific moment and location. But here's the problem. Most key placing events are remarkably similar. Kitchen counter, Tuesday morning, rushing to work. Kitchen counter, Wednesday morning, rushing to work. The patterns are so alike that they interfere with each other. Your brain essentially says, "I've seen this episode before," and doesn't bother creating a distinct, memorable trace. It's like having a security camera that only records when something unusual happens. Routine events simply don't trigger the recording mechanism. Moreover, these mundane moments rarely engage your emotional systems or require focused attention. You're usually thinking about your upcoming meeting or what to have for lunch, not carefully encoding the spatial coordinates of your keychain. Now, let's flip the script and examine why songs stick in your memory like cognitive superglue. Music possesses several superpowers that mundane memories simply don't have. First, music provides what researchers call a scaffold for memory. Durham University research shows that rhythm and melody create predictable patterns that serve as retrieval cues. The beat tells you how long the next word should be, narrowing down the possibilities. The melody breaks lyrics into meaningful chunks, allowing you to remember longer passages than if you tried to memorize individual words. It's like having a perfectly organized filing system where every piece of information has multiple cross-references. The rhythm files under things that happen every 4 beats, the melody files under notes that go up then down, and the lyrics file under words that rhyme with fire. Second, Songs exploit your procedural memory system, the same one that lets you ride a bike without consciously thinking about balance and pedaling. When you've heard a song dozens of times, singing it becomes as automatic as walking. Research published in Memory and Cognition found that when people experience earworms, those spontaneous musical memories, 59% recalled the tempo within 10% of the original recording's speed. That's remarkable precision for something supposedly random. Third, music is inherently emotional. When you listen to music, your brain releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter involved in reward and motivation. Studies show that dopamine levels can increase by up to 9% when listening to enjoyable music. This emotional engagement acts like a highlighting marker for your memory systems, essentially telling your brain, "This is important. File this under Do Not Delete." But perhaps the most crucial factor is repetition. As time research indicates, we don't read our favorite books or watch our favorite films nearly as often as we listen to our favorite songs. That favorite track from your teenage years? You've probably heard it hundreds of times across different contexts, in the car, at parties, during quiet moments alone. Each repetition strengthens the neural pathways, like walking the same forest path until it becomes a well-worn trail. Your brain begins to predict what comes next, creating anticipation and satisfaction when expectations are met. This prediction-reward cycle reinforces the memory trace every single time. Meanwhile, you've placed your keys in roughly the same spot maybe a few dozen times, often while distracted, with no emotional significance attached to the act. The neural pathway remains a barely visible deer track, easily overgrown by mental underbrush. This memory quirk reveals something profound about human nature and our evolutionary heritage. Our brains weren't designed to remember where we put mass-produced metal objects in climate-controlled environments. They were designed to help our ancestors survive in complex, dangerous natural worlds. Music, on the other hand, has been part of human culture for at least 40,000 years. Songs carried crucial information, stories of successful hunts, warnings about dangerous places, the location of water sources, and social bonds that held communities together. A brain that could remember songs was a brain that could survive and thrive. Our modern lives are full of mundane, repetitive tasks that our ancient neural architecture treats as background noise. But those same ancient systems light up like a Christmas tree when encountering the patterns, emotions, and social connections embedded in music. So the next time you're frantically searching for your keys while unconsciously humming a decades-old tune, remember, your brain isn't broken. It's operating according to priorities established over millions of years of evolution. It's choosing to preserve the soundtrack of your life over the mundane logistics of modern living. Perhaps there's wisdom in this seemingly frustrating quirk. In a world increasingly filled with forgettable routine, maybe our brains are telling us something important about what truly matters. The moments that move us, the patterns that connect us, the melodies that make us human. These are the memories worth keeping. Your keys will turn up eventually. They always do. But that song playing in your head, that's staying with you forever. And maybe that's exactly as it should be.